What's up guys, I'm Nile, and this video right here is part of a guide that I'm making to help brand new players get started in Rust. Rust is a brand new game that came out just over a month ago, and without the proper tools and knowledge, surviving in this game can get pretty hard. The aim of this guide is to take players from hitting trees with stones to having full sets of armor and plenty of weapons. Alright, we are at the start of day number 2. I actually waited for the day-night cycle to go all the way through because it was getting really dark and I didn't want to record. Well, I couldn't because you guys wouldn't have been able to see. So this video is going to be based on getting further from just the raw supplies that we have right now. And if you saw a little bit earlier, I made a little fiery pit thingy right there. It's in the middle of the road. Don't suggest that because, you know, during the nighttime, fire is bright and people see you and probably shoot you. So if you're on a multiplayer server with lots of peoples, you're probably going to get shot. I went off on a tangent there. Anyway, so we're going to take all these raw resources that we have and we're going to expand on that. What we want to do first is we're going to actually make a bow. Now, in a lot of other games, you require a workbench, like you see here I got moused over. You usually require a workbench to make anything bigger than, like, a rock. But in Rust, you actually don't need to. Like, a lot of these things here, unless they say requires workbench, like maybe the brand new bed. Nope, it does not. But like, is there something I know? Yes, right here, revolver. Requires a workbench. Unless it says that, you don't need a workbench. So this hunting bow thingy right here, you don't need a workbench. And that's actually going to be the first thing we craft here right now, because cloth is one of the base things that we're going to be using in this episode. We're going to use it to make forge, which absolutely makes no sense, and potentially some armor. I'm going to try to get some armor made during this episode. And another thing we need is this animal fat right here. And we're going to use it to make low quality fuel, which is also a part of the forge. So right now I'm just going to make a bunch of arrows as well as a bow, and just going to talk while this crafting is going, because the crafting time is horrendous in this game. Like, it takes forever to make rock, even though you really don't make rock, but that's not the point. Anyway, you do not need to leave the crafting menu open while things are crafting. You see down here in the bottom right hand corner it says crafting. As long as it says that, your character can move, but you cannot run. So when that crafting buff thing, notification thing goes away, you can go, in fact, back to running. The reason we built a bow is because, A, it's a ranged weapon, so if we, get attacked by some dude with a pistol, at least we can fight back this time instead of charging at him with our hatchet thingy and swinging and probably getting capped in the face a couple of times. 2, animals are, like, the place you're going to get animal fat and cloth. So we're going to use our bow thingy here to shoot the animals, which are usually pretty hard to catch with a stupid hatchet. So we're just going to run over here to this poor little piggy thing right here, and we are going to murder it. Now see, the hunting bow does not give you a reticle or anything, and there's no sights or anything, and I totally missed a pig that's like 2 centimeters away from me. And it's really hard to shoot sometimes because there's no aiming. But, once you get it, I'm pushing the wrong keys and everything, bam! Animals die a lot faster with a bow as opposed to this stupid hatchet thing that we have right here. So we're just going to gather all of the animal fat and all the cloth we need to build our forge, and we're going to build at least one pair of armor, or one thing of armor, and I'm going to give my dude some pants, because right now we're not wearing any pants. How many cloth? I need 8 cloth for pants, and for a forge, which is right here, that's a furnace, actually, not a forge. For a furnace, we need low-grade fuel. Bam. I swear we needed cloth in here somewhere. They might have changed. There was an update that just came out, so it might have changed. Anyway, oh no, it's the fuel. Derp. Fuel, right here, requires cloth, for some reason. So we're going to need 10 low-grade fuel, which requires 10 cloth, and then 8 for the thing. We're going to need 18 cloth, so I'm just going to run around, get some cloth and stuff. I'm going to ramble. You know, that kind of thing. Next, after we build our furnace and our one armor, we're gonna go further on and we're gonna build a sleeping bag and some shelter because we need a place to live. We need like some place to sleep and such. Even though you really don't sleep in this game, it's not like Minecraft where every person is sleeping at the same time. That like you get the night to automatically turn into day. It doesn't work that way. But it's not that bad. When you have a sleeping bag, you can actually choose to spawn at the sleeping bag instead of like randomly in the world. Now see, I totally just missed this deer. Bows, however, are really cool once you learn how to use them because 2 shots with a bow, the deer dies. 2 shots with a bow, the pig dies. 1 shot with the bow, and zombies die. Zombies we'll get into in a later episode because they are a beast of their own. Trust me. Those things are really, really nice, but really, really dangerous at the same time. So right now, we have 24 cloth, which is more than enough. So we're actually just going to run over here to this little base place thingy that I like to hang out at. I like to build my initial shelter on top of one of the rocks over here by these item spawn points that I showed you earlier in the last video. So we're just going to run over there, we're going to build a shelter, we're going to build a workbench, a campfire, and the rest of the things that I talked about earlier. So typically what I like to do when I'm out here playing by myself or with Sarah and the rest of the guys, I like to grab resources every time I come out here because you can throw them in the furnace and stuff and then run out and build or do whatever else you need while that stuff is cooking. But right now, for the sake of not having a 400-minute long video, we're just gonna run over here and do the things I want to do. But I am, however, going to check these crates so it resets the time on them and gather any other useful things that might be in these crates. Gunpowder is really useful. You can make explosive things, you can make weapon like ammunition and stuff, these 5.56, these 9mm, the shotgun shells. You can also make grenades with them, and eventually once you get really, really high up there into all the the tech stuff, you can make explosives and explosive charges with them. Explosives are fun, trust me. So now that we've gathered all these items and such, we're going to run over here to this place where Sarah and I build our base a lot when we start out. It's just on top of this rock over here. Again, I do not suggest this if you're playing on a multiplayer server with more than 0 players on it because you will be easy to spot and you will probably get shot a lot. So right now we're just going to craft ourselves a campfire. We're going to take all this raw chicken breast, which is oddly enough the only thing in this game. So even if you kill a deer or a pig or a chicken, all you're going to get is chicken from those animals. So it's kind of weird. Alright, so now that we got our campfire, what you need to do is you need to take the item you want to place down, put it in your hotbar, hit the appropriate number, and then you get this little floaty thing here. And wherever you want to put it, make sure it turns green, and then just left click and bam, it's in the world. To use these, you just walk up to them and hold E first of all to open them. When you make a campfire, it automatically comes in with 5 wood. We're just gonna take a little bit more wood, put it in there. Gonna split up our chicken a little bit and put that inside the campfire thinger here, like that and like that. And come on, like that. And we're gonna split this up a little bit more evenly. Bam, split. Oh, split! Dang it! This game, it doesn't like me. Anyway, now that we've got all of our chicken over here inside that thing, we will light it by just pushing E. You don't need to hold E and do extinguish, but you can, or you just tap E and it will turn off. Bam, like that. So tapping E is the quick use for it, which is the #1 thing you see up here. When you hold E, or you just hold E and select rambling again. Crafting! Alright, so next we're going to build ourselves some low-grade fuel. We need to build 10 of them. So you can either use these little plus and minusy things down here and do one at a time, or you can hold shift and do it multiples of 10, or you can hold control and click and do as many as you physically possibly can. But since we only need 10, I'm going to do 10, bam, like that. And then we're just going to walk around slowly because things take forever to craft and such. Alright, and then after we build our low grade fuel, we should have enough stone and wood to build a furnace. In 3, 2, 1. Furnace. Alright, craft a furnace. So now that that is crafting, when we're done crafting a furnace, we can take our wood and put it in the furnace the same way we did our campfire thing here, and we can use this metal ore and the sulfur ore to smelt it into sulfur powder and also metal fragments. And then we can, that opens up a huge tech tree for us, kind of thing. Oops. So we're going to take our furnace, bam, hit the correct number. And I know it looks wonky and stuff, but I didn't make this game. But the game is awesome, so I'm not going to judge. Open. Bam, 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 bam. Come on. Bam. Sometimes this game is a little bit iffy. It doesn't like to select, like, sometimes you like have to click on things and then drag and it doesn't like you, but you know, it's not that bad. We're just, now that we got that stuff smelting, we're going to make some armor. Bam. We're going to go down here, do the armor thing, click on pants, because my dude is probably going to need some pants. We're just going to craft. We might actually have enough to make some, a vest as well. If not, we'll probably have enough to make boots, so we'll make some boots as well. There are 4 different types of armor you can make in the game. You have to figure out how to research the rest of them. Well, you have to figure out how to get the rest of them so you can research how to make them. But you have cloth, leather, Kevlar, and radiation suits. Those are the 4 different kinds of armor you have. And, you know, obviously the more you have, the better you feel. Haha, just kidding. That was, no. And then, finally, oh wait, hold on, stop, cancel. We might not have enough to make a sleeping bag. Oh, goodness, we're not even close to making a sleeping bag, so we just gotta go murder a few more poor, defenseless little animals, and take all their cloth. First, I'm gonna need more arrows, and we will be on our merry way. I just wish the crafting in this game didn't take so long. That's pretty much the only problem I have with this game. Other than that, this game's amazing. It's brilliant. Come on! Goodness! So, pickaxes are the best way to gather resources if it's not from a dead animal. So, if you go up to a pile of wood or a giant rock or something and you use your pickaxe on it, it is the fastest way to gather all the resources from that. When you use it on a dead animal or another, well, you wouldn't use it on a player. When you use it on a dead animal, it doesn't give you any extra, like, resources from that any faster. So that's just a little tip as we're going to go over here and murder more animals. So even though you have this awesome badass pickaxe, it's not actually worth using it on the things you kill. Let's see if we can't find ourselves some more animals to kill. One of the reasons I love the place where I back there made my base is because it's so close to this giant open field with just tons of resources and usually a lot of animals. Now, I wish this bow had like crosshairs or like a targeting reticule or something, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. What the hell, dear? Why are you running in circles? Stop it! Bam! In your face. Floating arrows. You can't actually gather up any of the arrows you shoot. You can't salvage them or anything. I don't think. Not that I know of. I mean, you can't hit the arrows with hatchets or anything and get the stuff from them. How many cloth do I have? 14. Really? Really, game? Really? Oh, goodness. So, I guess this game... Oh, I heard chicken. Nah, I'm not going to waste my time trying to find that chicken. Before the update that came out today, you used to be able to stop and like the grass would disappear and you could find things in the grass a lot easier, which would make finding chickens a lot easier because those things are smaller than this bear or this boar laying on its side. So trying to find a chicken in grass is not going to happen. But they're not even worth finding anyway because you get like 2 chicken breasts from them and I think like 1 piece of cloth and they're like their body disappears. So they're that bad. Finding chickens is like not even worth it. So we're just gonna run over here back to our base. We're gonna build a quick shelter for the inevitable night and a sleeping bag so we can respawn here in case we die, and maybe a wooden box to put the rest of my crap in that I don't need. We'll see how much extra stuff I have when we get over there. But I think I have plenty of wood if I have a full stack of wood, which I know I do. And then some. Either way, we will find out in just a second when I get there. I'm gonna check real quick to make sure these loot boxes, loot crates, loot whatever, didn't respawn, but they did, so that's awesome. Oh my goodness, another pickaxe. Really? Wow. Sometimes I can play this game for days on end and never find a pickaxe. And here I have, within like an hour, found 2 pickaxes and some blueprints. Oh my goodness, a large wooden storage blueprint. That's amazing. So you just put the item or the blueprint inside your hotbar like I did there, and you push the correct number, and you will read and learn the blueprints. And one thing Sarah and I didn't know when we started was that you do not actually lose the blueprints when you die. So if your character learns them, you know them as long as there is a character on that server. And typically I would just wait right here until this crate spawns, but I'm not going to since we're recording. And that right there, my friends, is the reason why you don't want to leave a fire running when you're not at your base. Oh wow, it was from this. Goodness. That's a bug. It's gotta be. Anyway, we will open this real quick. Take the logs out because I don't want to waste them because there's nothing in here cooking anymore. Now we have an immense amount of food. Well, actually, screw it. I'll just put this in here. Bam. Split. Bam. Oh, I don't even have a full stack of wood. What? What am I, crazy? Come on. There we go. Alright. Open. Turn on. Whatever. And this. Open. See, now we have plenty of metal fragments, which we can use to make low quality metal, and once we find out the blueprints for it, we can use to make weapons. We can also use the metal fragments to make a better hatchet, which I'm going to do here in a moment. And we also have the sulfur and the charcoal. Mix those two together and you can make some gunpowder. So we are going to, real quick, make a sleeping bag, craft a malinger. Craft a malinger. I have no idea what that word is. I just made it up. While we were waiting, we were going to see if we can snipe anything with our amazing bow skills. Totally going to miss. Totally hit the rock right in front of me. Told you I'd miss. We're going to try one more time. Damn it. Whatever. Alright, we're almost done crafting, so we'll go back up. Tried to have a little bit of fun. I guess the game doesn't want me to. Bastard game. Alright, now that we have a sleeping bag made in our inventory, we're going to find wooden shelter. We're going to craft one. And then we're going to craft a wooden door. And then that is all I had planned, but we're also going to make a pickaxe, or not a pickaxe, a hatchet real quick. And then we'll be good to go. Yeah. So, Well, actually, I'll show you here in just a second when it's done. But I was going to say, placing wooden, or there's two types of ways you can build things in this game. There's things that require a wooden platform and things that don't, or not a wooden platform, but a platform of the correct material. But wooden shelters here are not things that require the correct type of platform. A lot of the things you build with and a lot of the buildings you'll see require like wooden platforms or metal platforms to put down. Wooden shelter is not one of those things. So just like the campfire and the furnace before, you just mouse wherever you want this to go, left click, bam, got yourself a wooden shelter. But it's not that useful when there's this giant gaping hole here. So what we also did was we built another wooden shelter accidentally because we are idiots. Or I am. I don't know about you guys, but hell, I got 2 wooden shelters. We're just gonna build this one on top of a rock because we can. Bam. All right, there we go. Perfect. Whoops. Oh well, things happen, and such. So wooden doors here have just been changed in the recent patch, and I have no clue how to show this because I actually haven't played with it yet. But we're going to try to figure it out as we go. Some people say it doesn't work yet. Wooden doors are special things. You cannot place them wherever you want to. They actually have to be inside the correct spot for you to put them in. Even if we wanted to, we could probably, yep, there we go, bam, like that. But wooden doors, once they turn green, left click like the rest of them, walk up, hit your E button, bam, it opens. Walk inside. Yeah, sound effects. Now if you hold E, there we go, you can unlock it to make it useful to anybody in the world that just wants to randomly walk in, or you can click on change lock and you can set a password. We're gonna set the password to 101. LOL. Damn it! Whatever. Right now, nobody else can use the store but me. Suckers. So last thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here to the bottom where it says weapons. We're going to click on hatchet and craft it. This is the best resource gathering tool you can get besides a pickaxe that you can craft right off the bat. So if you don't find a pickaxe, don't fret. You can always build yourself a proper hatchet, and they're actually really good. Instead of 7 wood at a time, you get 10 wood. So, they're pretty good. Bam, there we go. I believe that's everything we got for this episode. Real quick, hang on, let me take this thing right here. Bam, open the door. And place. Haha. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, that is all for this episode. This is episode number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you can hear, the crickets are chirping, the sun is going down, so that means it's about to be nighttime. So I am going to retire for this day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you next time.